welcome to the Rare Record Room and to another of my videos focusing on the self-styled greatest rock and roll band in the world, who just so happen to be one of my all-time favourite groups. I'm referring to their Satanic Majesties and Dartford's finest, the legendary Rolling Stones. So let's get straight to the content. I hope you like it. Hello again, and thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to be looking at the German stereo copies of the Rolling Stones LP Out of Our Heads from the 1960s to the 80s. I usually cover British and American pressings of albums, but I'm covering the German versions here as I feel it is of significant interest, as that country issued and sold Out of Our Heads in the equivalent of both the British standard version and the British export version, those two records differing considerably. I've previously covered those in their own separate videos, which goes into more detail on the recording of the album and the different track listings, and if you're not familiar with the two British versions of the record, I would recommend you take a look at those. First up is the 1965 German original, which follows the rare UK export style and also the American edition, and uses the same David Bailey colour studio photo on the front. It was released on the maroon or claret red record label with text printed in gold. This label features the vintage oval Decca Company logo, which had been used in the 1950s in the UK, but never appeared on any Stones Decca albums in Britain. The logo appears at the 12 o'clock position, below the FFRR True High Fidelity roundel, and the Royal Sound stereo crown motif appears on the left-hand side of the spindle hole, around 9 o'clock. The catalogue number SLK 16363-P appears at 3 o'clock, and the playing speed 33 is shown within an upturned triangle at the foot of the label. The record company credit within the rim text reads Teldec Telefunken Decca, and the 1965 date of issue is not shown. The label area has a fairly wide central ring around 20mm from the spindle hole. The inner sleeve is Royal Sound branded. As mentioned, the record sleeve design is the same as the UK export, although the boxed Decca logo has been repositioned at the foot, and the printed hype notice advertising the single Satisfaction has been removed. The rear sleeve layout is the same, but includes the German catalogue number at the top right hand corner and the wording Langspielplatte to the lower left, which translate as long playing record. Close to that is the Royal Sound stereo crown device, and the title of the album is repeated at the bottom right corner below the notice printed in Germany. This version was sold in Germany for the rest of the decade, but in 1971 the equivalent of the standard British edition of Out of Our Heads was made available there. You may recall that this is the version with the Gerard Mankiewicz cover shot of the band in black and white, taken at Mason's Yard in London. The track listing follows the standard British Decca LP, which differs from the original 1965 German LP as just described. This one appears on a bright red record label, with a boxed company logo in black and white. The majority of the text is printed in black and the rim text is printed in white. It was issued under the catalogue number SLK 16682-P. The Royal Sound stereo crown motif appears on the left of the label above the Gemma music copyright box. This record also has a central ring pressed near the spindle hole, and the playing speed 33 appears within an inverted triangle at the 6 o'clock position. The record company credit within the rim text reads Teldec Telefunken Decca. The record sleeve is a non-flipback design. On the front there is a series of 5 outline stars printed at the top left corner, and unlike the UK cover, the Decca logo does not have a black background. On the rear at the foot there is a notice made in Germany, Teldec Telefunken Decca, and these sleeves are laminated to both the front and the rear. On this copy you can see that the laminate is lifting at the extreme lower edge, which is a common issue. The back cover displays several black and white photographs of the band performing live in concert, and to the right hand corner the catalogue number is printed. At the top left hand corner we find the Royal Sound stereo logo featuring the crown motif. The glossy rear laminate protects the cover better than the UK sleeve as compared here, with the matte British version on the right showing noticeably more ring wear. Note that the German copy also does not have the large white border. The vinyl is housed in a plain die-cut paper sleeve with a polythene liner or a company advertiser. This version was available throughout the 70s and was re-released in 1982 under a new catalogue number 621428. The layout is a similar design on a red label, but the Royal Sound stereo logo has been dropped and the record company credit within the rim text now reads Teldec rather than Teldec Telefunken Decca. The Gemma box has been reduced in size and the original release date of this album, 1971, has been added. The text is reset with the name of the album and the artist printed on 2 lines, and the track listing has also been reset. There is now a pressing ring around 20mm from the outer edge of the label. The vinyl is housed in an attractive non-die-cut printed sleeve which advertises German Rolling Stones LP releases on Decca up to 1982, including recent albums such as Solid Rock. The record sleeve is a similar design, although the front cover artwork has been reduced with a wide black border. The Decca box logo has been repositioned at the bottom right corner and it no longer displays the 5-star motif at the top. These sleeves are not laminated and as such can suffer a little more ring wear through being unprotected. The back cover displays the new catalogue number at the top right corner and the credit at the foot now reads Made in Germany Teldec. Now to values. A glance at the PopPsych archives shows fine copies of the 1965 LP sell at around €200. Decent copies of the 1971 Royal Sound Edition sell for around €40. The 1982 reissues are valued at around €20. And that just about brings to an end my brief rundown of the German versions of the Rolling Stones LP out of our heads. That's all for this time. I appreciate you joining me and I hope you enjoyed the content today. If you did like the video, please feel free to subscribe to the Rare Record Room channel to see similar episodes and to receive notifications for new uploads as they happen. Thanks for watching and I hope to catch you next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.